guys, welcome back to Weddings by Cled. We are coming at you today from my showroom here in my Cled quarters. Haha, that's what I like to call it. Wedding season is back, it's upon us, and we've been real busy. So one of the things that I do at the beginning of every season is repack my emergency kit. Now, an emergency kit is a very important tool in the wedding planning spectrum. So whether you are a bride-to-be or you're an aspiring event planner, you're gonna want one. And today, our T&A is gonna be a how-to on packing that emergency kit and all the things that need to go in it. I have grabbed my most recent emergency kit, which looks like this. It used to look like this, which is kind of a organized little toolkit kind of a thing with compartments, but the handle came off and I graduated to this guy, which just seems to work for me. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna organize this in any type of category thing. I wanna have fun. So I'm just gonna put my hand in there and grab something and talk about it and talk about why you should have it in your emergency kit. Okay, let's see what we got. The prize is, okay, Allergy Relief. Here in Virginia and in many places, the pollen right now is like super thick. And we're in a valley here, and a lot of the resorts and places that we travel to around Virginia. So we always want to have allergy medicine just in case somebody in the bridal party or even one of the vendors. You got to think of them too. I try to think of everyone in the in crowd when it comes to the emergency kit, because we want everybody to be comfortable. So if someone's like, you know, and they're just sneezing and their eyes are all red, we got some Allergy Relief just in case they may need some of that. It's just generic, won't kill you. Okay, Downy Wrinkle Releaser. I'll be honest, it's not the greatest. The reason I got it is because, you know, sometimes we have wrinkles. Sometimes we have that dress smushed up under the dress cover or the tuxes, the tuck shirts, and you know, you're supposed to spray this puppy on. So I find that it works better when in tandem with a steamer. It really gets the wrinkles out faster, but on its own, it's not great, but I keep it in there because we just want to be completely prepared. This is my name tag, so I have that in there. Let's put it on. Why not, right? I like never wear my name tag because, you know, everybody knows who I am, but okay. And, these scissors. Now, you should always have scissors in an emergency kit because there's always something that needs to be cut, whether it's loose thread or what have you. These scissors, they are like really close to my heart. Amanda, who is on our team and is taking a little baby break right now, bought these. I believe she got them on QVC. Guys, they're amazing. They're safe, so they have a little lock, so when they're in the middle of the bag, you don't cut your fingers when you're trying to get them out, and they will cut anything. I design flowers with these things. Paper, fabric, what have you. It's always good to have a pair of safe scissors. This is mouthwash because we want our breath to be nice and sweet. And especially when you're getting nervous and your mouth gets a little dry, your breath kind of smells funky, vendors and clients alike. So we should always have a little bit of mouthwash in there. And we like, I guess, fresh breath. This is the best stuff ever. It is Scope Spray. It's made by Crest. I actually found this at TJ Maxx, and I literally, before my groom walks down the aisle, I say, open your mouth, and I give him a shot of this. And it's like, it's like an Arctic sea. I mean, it like wakes up your mouth, and my breath right now, oh my God, it smells so good. We like clean breath here. This is like gold, okay? This is for getting lint, dust, dog hair, whatever it may be on your dress, on your tuxedo. And I go through these things like once a week. I replace these because we use them so much. Double-sided tape. I'm gonna take a nice clean piece here. This is for all you sign people and for anything that may need to be stuck together. You never know. Let's shed some light on the subject. You never know when you may need a candle lit. Everybody we can't seem to keep track of these. So I always keep one in my emergency kit, and when it runs out of gas, I buy another. They're super cheap. You can get them at the dollar store, you can get them at Walmart, whatever. But there's always someone that needs a light. And this one even has a little flashlight on it. So if you're lighting candles in the dark, you're all set. All right, what else do we have here? Let's see if I can guess what it is. Oh, fashion tape. I know the difference between my Scotch tape and my fashion tape. Now, fashion tape has many purposes, okay? So this little puppy, what you do is you pull a piece off, you stick it onto your skin, and then you remove the backside piece. So if your dress is pulling over to the side and you need it to stick to your body, or this also works if you have a hem that's falling out. I try to avoid sewing at all costs. So if I can repair something that needs repair with tape instead of needle and thread, I don't want to be needling thread and a needle. So there you go, fashion tape. And I think I have multiple styles of fashion tape in this bag, we'll see. For some reason, I have a really humongo safety pin. Now I've got more safety pins in there because who would I be without safety pins? It's called blanket pins, and it looks like I've already used one because this came with two and there's one left. But this can, this can hold some weight. So if there's something that needs to be secured, you just never know what you're gonna need a blanket pin for. Oh my gosh, we're back to oral hygiene. These things are amazing. I think the brand is Gum, and look at that. I mean, you can get this if you got a big piece of meat or something stuck in there, you don't wanna be walking down the aisle with that. You don't want food hanging out between your teeth. So, and I will tell you, I promise, I am the wedding planner that's gonna say, you've got food between your teeth, and I'm gonna give you this. I'm not gonna do it for you. Okay, let's see what's next in the old emergency kit. Eye drops, okay? Maybe you drank a little much the night before, eyes are a little red, you wanna have nice bright eyes for the wedding. And here we have, oh gosh, and I think I have more than one of these. This is Scotch brand super glue. You can't go anywhere without super glue. I mean, this isn't just for weddings. I keep super glue in the console of my car. So you always want to have the super glue. Something might get unglued and I can glue it back together for you. Or you can glue it back together yourself if you decide not to have a wedding planner. Hairspray is not just for hair, okay? Hairspray can get static out of a dress. It's great for that. If you've got, one of those clingy dresses that are kind of sticking to you, just spray some hairspray on your legs and the dress will release. And it also works for hair. So that's the hairspray. Oh, look, I've got another pair of scissors. Those are from my kitchen. I've been looking for these. These are my kitchen scissors. I think I grabbed them before Amanda was so sweet to buy these cool scissors. So can't have too many scissors, but these are the best ones because they have the lock and the safety. Oh, back to oral hygiene. These are travel toothbrushes. And this is a cool thing to have, just if your teeth aren't feeling completely smooth and clean and amazing. I mean, mouthwash can do only so much. Mouthwash combats the breath, but these little toothbrushes, they're called Colgate Wisp, and they have toothpaste built into them. The little capsule kind of like explodes when you get it wet, and give yourself a nice toothbrushing with that. Okay, well, just in case you get a little headache, again, we're gonna put this with the eye drops. We're gonna put this in the hangover section, Tylenol. And you know what? It's not just a hangover. Sometimes stress, we just, get a little headachy. We might have worked out a little too hard the day before. The muscles may be aching. So we always wanna have pain relievers, and that's a definite to have in the toolkit. Outdoor wedding, you wanna have sunscreen. Okay, so disclaimer here, you should be putting sunscreen on your face every single day, ladies. You're probably, most of you, half my age, and you wanna start now. You wanna start putting the sunscreen on your face under your makeup. But anyway, back to the emergency kit. This is just sunscreen. This is something that I like to have. It's amazing how burned you can get just out taking pictures if it's a really sunny day. But this is something I also recommend putting in the restrooms if you have an outdoor wedding in a sunny climate, so that your guests can also be protected from the sun. Body moisturizer. So whenever I stay in a hotel, I swipe some of the toiletries, so I have nice convenient sizes to stick in my emergency kit. Skin gets dry, hands get dry, especially with all the hand sanitizer, and that's coming up. And you can kind of see the scaly, actually I have some now. You can kind of see that scaliness that we get in pictures. So it's always good to keep some moisturizer in there to stay nice and supple. You have nice supple skin. And here is the other glue. So I've got the Scotch brand and I've got the Gorilla Glue. So if one fails me, I try the other one. And I'm talking, you know, it could be like your rental furniture or a centerpiece, a part of your centerpiece, or you never know what's gonna break. So it's always good to have a little bit of super glue in there. And then the Cortisone is for those of you who might have gotten some bug bites and you know, you don't wanna be like scratching yourself the whole time on the wedding day. And this is amazing. Oh, so good. So all you do is you just kind of rub it on wherever the bite is, and it's got aloe in it, and it soothes it, and it feels really, really good. As much as I hate to sew, I do have a whole sewing kit that's coming up, but I keep, you know, the popular colors. This is typically black, covers a lot of territory. So even if the tuxes are navy blue or, you know, a charcoal gray, and I have to do a little fix, a good spool of black thread and a needle is always good to have in case we need to do a little quick fix on a tuxedo that we can't do with the fashion tape. But the fashion tape is always the first tool I go to when I have to fix some fabric. Ooh, so we've got some shout it out. I mean, like I think I did my disaster video that talked about staining your dress or spilling on it. I mean, it's life happens, and these things work pretty well. So always test on the opposite side of the fabric, because you never know with certain formal fabrics what these are gonna do, but in most cases, it's gonna get that stain out if you hit it soon enough. So you never know when you're gonna get some food and you need some utensils. So, and these, you know, these are the kind of things I collect and put in my emergency kit after an event. If we have leftovers, these probably came with like vendor meals or something. So, you know, you want a little bite, there are your utensils. You don't have to use your fingers. And here we have some off wipes. So if it's buggy where you are, I'm just gonna say, I always recommend, if you're having an outdoor wedding, get it sprayed. Have the exterminator come out, because those little gnats are like the most uncomfortable thing in the world. But if the bugs do get you, if there are mosquitoes, you always want to have some off. This is off Deep Woods. It probably has more chemicals in it than we want to talk about. But there are some great green ones as well that I use for ticks. But those are good to have. And then you won't need to use the cortisone for the bug bites if you use the off. Larabar. Okay, I know that you've been starving to get into your dress, even though I told you not to do that. And you might not have eaten very much breakfast because you don't want to get bloated. So come, you know, 2, 3 o'clock and you're starving and you're like, there's no food around. I'm gonna be like, here's your Larabar. It's lemon, it's light, and it's a protein bar, so it's filling. It's got some carbs, it's gonna give you some energy, and it's not gonna bloat you. It's gluten-free, vegan, dairy-free, and kosher. So there you go. Here we have a Tide mini stick. So I like clean clothes and I like clean mouths. So that can go over there with the Shout wipes. Safety pins. Can't have enough of these, y'all. Safety pins is my second go-to if I have to do some mending, okay? Like I said, I hate needle and thread. I hate threading needles. If I have to, I will. But if I can fix it with the fashion tape or a safety pin, that's what I'm gonna do. So you can do a temporary hem with a safety pin. You can sew a button back on with a safety pin. I know, right? I kind of like discovered that myself. You just go through the buttonhole, you bend the safety pin a little, and you go through the other buttonhole from the back. Voila, your button's fixed, and Caroline did not have to thread a needle. And that works better, that particular hack works better with one of those really small safety pins that, like, you know, the kind that hold like tags on clothes. They're really bendable, but it is a great hack, and it's a much faster than a needle and thread, and it's not moving. That button's not going anywhere. Oh, and I just noticed there's a warning on the back of the safety pins. It says, safety pins are very sharp. So our next item that we have here is another hairspray, just in case the first one runs out. We have lots of staticky dresses. And this is, well, of course, this is not even an emergency thing anymore. Hand sanitizer. This has been in here for a while. It says expires 2015. This is just for show. We're not going to use it because we want to make sure that it's effective, especially during these days of a pandemic. In most cases, you know, people have a lot of hand sanitizer at the bottom of their purses. It's usually not something that we even need anymore in the emergency kit, but as you can see, I had hand sanitizer long before it was in vogue because I don't like germs, and neither should you. And then here we've got ibuprofen, and we're gonna put that in the hangover section because some people can't take Tylenol. So I wanna have all bases covered in case you have any aches and pains. And over here we have a file. And a file can be useful for so many things. The worst thing in the world is if you get a broken nail on your wedding day because it snags on things. And if for some reason we end up in the clink, we can get out. And here we have another version of fashion tape. And these are singular, the singular pieces. So you don't have to, these are on the roll and these are the singular pieces. And these work better for like hems on dresses because it's a nice strip. It's, you know, a nice little narrow strip of fashion tape that can work better for hems on dresses, where this can be manipulated more for skin, for sticking your fabric to your skin. I know, what we do for fashion, ladies, it's crazy stuff. So we're getting to the bottom here. I have a full kit, a full sewing kit, just in case, with a few other colors in it. You know, I have a gray in there, my white's all gone, I gotta replenish that. There's those little tiny safety pins that I was telling you about for buttons. So those are in there. I'm not gonna open that because it's gonna fly everywhere, knowing me. But the little teeny tiny safety pins are in there, and those are phenomenal for sewing buttons on. And then you've got the itty bitty little pair of scissors. Aren't those cute? What else? What else? We're getting to the bottom here. This is a sample of Prada cologne, and you know, I get these in the mail all the time. I know you do too. I just like to keep some cologne in case somebody wants to smell a little fresher than they do. It might not be your fragrance, but any port in a storm sometimes, you know, that's why we call it an emergency kit. Halogen display optic lamp. Okay, what could this be? I don't remember what this was. Oh, the things that you may need in case of an emergency. Jacob, what do you? Oh, it's for your car. There you go. So if your car needs a bulb, I don't know where it would go, but I can find someone who would, and I have it in my emergency kit. So there you go. I don't know how that ended up in there, but it goes to show weddings can be crazy adventures, y'all. Somebody's probably missing a car headlight lamp. A pen in case you want to write something down, and a hairbrush. These wet brushes are amazing. You can use them, you can wash them. They get tangles out, they get knots out, and they can just make your hair nice and smooth so it feels nice. I think I use it. Actually, it's probably mine. I probably use it more than anyone because, you know, hairbrush isn't really an emergency, but it's good to have. Queasy tummy, you know, happens sometimes. We get nervous. Tums to the rescue. So I always keep a fresh pack of Tums in my purse. That has actually an expiration of 2022, so we're good on that one. Nature calls sometimes. I got you covered. And let's see what else we have here. A Sharpie. You know, it's amazing the things that might need to be marked at a wedding. And I keep a Sharpie. One of the things is hotel room key. My brides always give me their hotel room card because they need me to go up and get something or put their gifts up there or something. And in order to remember the room number, I have to write it on the card. That is just one of the like 60,000 uses for a Sharpie. And I like to carry a hot pink Sharpie because life is too short for a plain black Sharpie. Poster strips. These actually are sort of command hooks. They're called poster strips, but they can be used to hang different things on walls without damaging the surface of the wall. Hair ties. This is more for my vendors. Sometimes the stylists that are doing the bridal hair need them, but you know, sometimes at the end of the day, we just want to stick our hair in a ponytail because this doesn't do anything anymore. So we keep hair ties with us all the time. And you guys, am I really at the bottom? Band-Aids, I've got some Band-Aids floating around here at the bottom of my bag because you never know. I hope that we don't ever need Band-Aids, but one thing that was not in my emergency kit today that I swear by and that I'm gonna be getting and I have to replenish is I always keep chalk in there. I keep white chalk because that is another way to mask a stain. If you get a dry stain on a bridal gown, just cover it up with some chalk and it completely disappears. Now there are a couple of things that were not in the emergency kit, but that I like to have on the wedding day that I always have in my trunk. Have umbrellas. I always have umbrellas. Obviously this won't fit in the emergency kit because I'm not Mary Poppins. It kind of looks like it does, whoop. But white ones. Obviously we want to, you know, because image is everything and we want to make sure that you look pretty in case it rains. And we keep about 10 of these in the trunk in case guests need them or in case bride and groom need them. And you guys always end up taking pictures with them. The other thing that I like, I've talked about this in other videos, and this isn't really an emergency kit item, but this is a very fresh bottle of hand sanitizer. It is called Pura D'Or. I found it on Amazon and I always put it out. I keep a couple of these in my car. I put them out at the venue and it's not your typical Purell, you know, because it's a wedding and you want to have something a little nicer. It actually smells like lemongrass and it's really fresh and it serves the purpose of keeping your hands sanitized. So guys, that's it. That's my emergency kit. I'm always adding things, I'm taking things out. My most popular things are my needle and thread and my fashion tape and my oral hygiene item. Those are the things that I replace the most, but you never know when you're gonna need any of these items. So I hope that helps. I'd love to hear what your emergency kit items are. I always love new ideas, so please leave those in the comments. Thank you so much for watching Weddings by Cled. And you guys, if you want to get more content like this, more how-tos, more tips and advice, and of course our behind the scenes, we're going to be coming at you with so much of that in this new season. Please subscribe, turn on your notifications, and you'll get more of us, more content every single week. Thanks for watching.